we the people. We, the people, united and aware, do here and now declare ourselves present. We stand to be counted in the eyes of those who govern without our consent, and all of those opposed to the principles that we hold to be self-evident. For the benefit of generations of children to come, we refuse to stand by idle and numb to this world of your creation. We voice our segregation and make known our intent. We present our case before those living beneath the one God. And I advise you to heed the words of this calling. For there shall be no more stalling in the halls of congressional lawmakers, no more red tape to cover the paper trail of lies, no more alibis or scapegoats in the name of national security, no more environmental impurity for the sake of money to be made for you and your select few, while we pay the cost with our lives. No more genocide for profit. Our bottom line reads that all of it must stop here and now. We, the willing, pledge this vow, and every ear that is able to hear had better listen. For we are a generation exceedingly extreme, and if you think the playgrounds are bloody now, you ain't seen nothing yet. You don't want our generation upset, so you had better listen. For we are a generation of love, and we love this planet enough to take it back from you or any new world order devised by the United Nations. You better change the preparations made by your alphabet agencies, your Council on Foreign Relations, the NSA, the CIA, because this ain't Waco and we're not waiting for CNN to back far enough away for you to burn our children. We ain't waiting for you to bury our minds alive. We ain't waiting for the firing squad to take aim on our freedom, and we will not be forsaken or placed under investigation by the FBI. You'd better open your eyes while there's still time before our intentions turn from compliance to violence, and you don't want this. You better recognize our generation won't swallow it. And before we lay down on the dotted line, we'll go down swinging. This much we promise. Thomas Jefferson held the pen that sent England on her way and made America an independent nation. Well, this is our declaration, and from it we will not be persuaded by any mass medium of confusion, by any preoccupation designed to tangle our minds into submission. United, we stand to make our own decisions, and we're not asking for permission. We're telling you how it's going to be. No more will we voluntarily offer up our sons and daughters to this little patriotic slaughter of your wars, or volunteer our time to be divided among the demons of your greed. We no longer need the burden of this beast, and we will not sleep until its last head has been severed. Our Masonic forefathers have been clever in designing a system such as this, where the structure is supported by the host upon which it feeds. But be not deceived, for we have ruptured the paradigm that we've been handed, and our generation will withstand the traditions that you've passed on down these lines into these minds to achieve the final solution you've concocted. We will not be brought into submission by any global economy or accept the mark of the beast, not even to eat. We'd rather starve than accept the security you provide. And with these words, here and now, we give up our right to remain silent. This is the handwriting written on the wall, and all of you had better learn to read, for we are a generation awake and rising. We are enlightened beyond the ways of this little materialistic worldview in which we've been placed, and with the passing of each new day, your reign over us grows shorter. We implore you to listen before our intentions turn from compliance to violence, and you don't want this. You'd better recognize we are aware of the time, and we have decided we will not walk single file to the guillotine smiling. We'll go down swinging before we kneel. We will not go quietly. This has been listed as controversial knowledge since the day it came out on Amazon. Barnes & Noble, booksellers around the world. It's 359 pages of what I call poetry. Poetry with some ideas in it. It's available at InnerCirclePublishing.com, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere they sell books. Appreciate it if you'd stop by and check out over one of over 55 titles at Inner Circle Publishing. We're trying to do something that's a little different. We actually want to wake people up rather than keep them asleep. We know that when we all expand our minds and think what we think, by being that, we emanate that to those around us. And that's what changes the world. Inner Circle Publishing. Are you aware?